We are Wayne Melissa Travel, and we are so glad you're here. It's a beautiful day in Pinehurst. That is something you will hear quite often. As locals, I think we have a perspective that you might find valuable. We have lived here several years, and this is actually the third U.S. Open that has been here since we have been here. It has been a very busy several months as the Village of Pinehurst and the USGA have been getting ready for the U.S. Open. The USGA Museum, Hall of Fame, and offices have been built in the last several months. If you have been to Pinehurst previously, you will notice that they were built on the same grounds where the tennis courts used to be. If this will be your first time visiting Pinehurst, this is the Members Club, and due to the U.S. Open being here, the croquet court and the lawn bowls court will be shared. Speaking of sharing, it would be great if you would share this video with your friends and family. I thought you might like to see some of the areas that will be closed off during the U.S. Open because of media and players. We'll enter the main entrance where you will see the archives, the trophy display, and other memorabilia. At the other end of the grand hallway, you will exit onto the back patio where you can sit and have a drink, visit with friends, enjoy the weather, enjoy the sights, watch people finish their round. The back patio does face the final hole, the 18th hole of Pinehurst number 2. When Wayne and I came up here to get some video footage, we noticed that the Payne Stewart statue was missing, and we knew you guys would ask the same question. In anticipation of this U.S. Open, the resort did do some updates, and as you can see, they're gorgeous. The cradle has only been open for a few years, but it has become quite popular. This leaderboard is super fun. If you're ever here, you need to take a look at it. We thought it would be a good idea to highlight the cradle, as it's a great place for families to not only play golf, but to just hang out and enjoy the area. Plenty of places to sit and just enjoy. Doesn't the cradle look fun? We think so. I thought it might be interesting for you guys to take a look at the behind the scenes planning that's going on and some of the construction that's been happening. They're putting up fences, adding walkways, adding quite a few structures, lots of stadium seating, lots of bleachers, that kind of thing. Tents, lots of tents that will be used for hospitality and for corporate gatherings. That is the reason that the croquet and the lawn bowl teams need to share the space, is because those will turn into tents and they will turn into places where the players will rest and refresh. They will also build an elevated walkway that will go from the members club to the tee boxes and to the practice range. The practice range will actually be where the cradle tee box is right now. You can see some more corporate tents. Some of those are for concessions. This is the back of the club where we looked at earlier. You can see the TV stands where the cameras will be located. And then there's the main gallery sitting area. They are enclosed. They will be climate controlled. We are now heading down from the resort down to the small circle. Over to the right is more members club area. This is the pool. We'll come to the tennis club. And these areas will not be accessible by the members during the 2 weeks leading up to the US Open and a week after. This is the tennis club. Now we're going to head over to the harness track and the fair barn. Owners and trainers up north and in colder areas of North America will bring their horses here in the wintertime so they can train and exercise them. There is the restaurant, delicious food. This is the fair barn. This is used for weddings, parties, cultural events, civic events, where Wayne and I vote. The first US Open that was here, we did not have the barrier. It was so fun to be driving to church and seeing Phil Mickelson on the green. It was a surreal moment. This is the big traffic circle. It is a very efficient way to move traffic here. We've gone completely around and now we are going to head back to the village. As we are going down Highway 2, you will notice that the median is quite consistent all the way back to the village. It actually runs all the way to Southern Pines because there was a trolley that went all the way from Pinehurst to Southern Pines. So you will see that same median all the way from Pinehurst all the way down to Southern Pines. I'm sure you noticed the flags that were in the median. They do that for every major national holiday. Houses in the village do not have street addresses. Each home has its own name. For instance, Green Hedges, Mystic Cottage. We have strong ties to the military here with Fort Bragg, which has now been renamed to Fort Liberty. But usually when you say Fort Liberty, people look at you funny, and we're all not used to calling it that. We typically call it Fort Bragg. So if you say Fort Bragg, Fort Liberty, we'll understand what you're talking about. Right across from the main entrance to the village, you will see this park where we have Live After 5, Shakespeare in the Park, different kinds of events. We have a tree lighting here. We have arts and crafts fairs here. Shout out to the roast office over to the right. Used to be the post office. Shout out to Lisi's in the back of the theater building. Fantastic Italian food. They make their own bread. Enough said. We're heading back to the other street on the village corner. There's the corner store. There's Dugan's Pub. Shout out to my girls Vanita and Megan who do my nails at Bella Spa. Not just retail stores, but we have attorneys' offices, real estate offices in the village. This is the Manor Inn. It is part of the resort. They have the Holly Inn, the Manor Inn, Pinehurst Inn, and the Carolina. Over to the right here, you'll have Pinehurst Brewery. Delicious. They do have their own brewery. Food is delicious. It can be quite busy. Get there early. Great place to hang out with friends. Then coming out of there, you go left, and we're back to the village. This is on Chinkapin. Several stores. Shout out to our favorite place to get vinegar and oil. If you're in the market for some gentlemen's clothes, they have very high-end clothing here. Very classic tailoring. The Villager restaurant, fantastic breakfast. The owners are local and so kind and real part of the community. Gibbons Memorial Library. This is our local library for the village. When you see the fountain on, it is open. If the fountain is not on, it is not open. So you don't have to get out of your car in the rain or in the weather. No fountain, they're not open. The library in the front and archives in the back. It is free to the public. They will take donations. The memorabilia here is amazing. The staff that you will meet and who will greet you are all volunteers, both in the archives and in the library. So please be sure and thank them for their service. Let's head to the Carolina. Established in 1895. She looks good. 4 o'clock every day, tea time. Also, rocking chairs. You're free to go up there at any time. And a local fact, head to the front desk. There's a basket of apples. After a long day of going to the open and going through the village, you may just want to chill out and go for a drive. Going around the lake is extremely relaxing. If you like these kind of videos, hop on over to our YouTube channel and check it out. We are Wayne Melissa Travel, and we are so glad you stopped by. Have a great day.